Is it July already? We're over halfway through the year. For July, I wanted to use one of the themes where you cut the pages to make a smaller notebook within the notebook. It's like Notebook-ception. This time I cut about 6 centimeters from the top and about 2 centimeters from the bottom so that I had smaller pages than I used when I cut up my bullet journal in April. This month there will be no official cover page because I think that the cover page just distracts from how cool it is to have a permanent background no matter what page you're on during the month. The main background is going to include on the left the calendar as well as the first page. The calendar is going to be really simple, just 3 by 3 centimeter boxes, because the background is going to be so intricate with a bunch of blueberries, which is this month's theme. And you might be able to tell by now the fatal flaw of this layout. But that's okay, it's just paper and ink, and I will kind of fix it towards the end. I'm starting out my blueberry bramble with all of the vines. That really helps set up the page and let me know where all of the berries are going to go and figure out where all the blank space is that needs some color to make it pretty. For all of the branches and stems and to outline the leaves, I used the Pigma Micron 05 pens, and also I used the dark brown Crayola Supertip to fill in the thicker parts of the branches. This is one of the most intricate and time-consuming layouts that I've ever done. It took something like 4 hours, not including all the time that it took to pencil out all the details beforehand. I am so obsessed with how it turned out though, so the time was definitely worth it. To outline the berries, I used another Pigma Micron 05 fineliner. I used a nice bright blue to really outline the berries and give them a little bit of pop. That does actually make a difference when I fill them in with darker colors, even though it's a little bit hard to see. I decided to use a darker color palette to fill in the berries, so I used a really dark Tombow Brush Pen and the darkest Supertip that they have that's blue, and then a lighter version of the Crayola Supertip. The way that it turned out really gave it some dimension and very reminiscent of a real blueberry bramble. It's hard to see on camera, but the Pigma Micron detail that I drew on the leaves before filling them in with the dark green Crayola Supertip really did make a difference, and you can really see it in person. It makes the leaf look a little bit more thought out and a little less daydream doodly. I messed up doing the days of the week, and this was the beginning of the end, really, with figuring out that I used the totally wrong dates for the calendar. So I just covered it up really quick with some round dots in the same Tombow brush that I've been using. And then the next page is the gratitude tracker, and then to the right of that is the habit tracker. My gratitude tracker is going to be a little bit less formal than the ones in the past have been. I'm not going to pre-plan the areas for the days though, like I did last month, so I can just plot wherever I want and write what I'm grateful for during each day. At the bottom of these pages and at the top left corner, I drew some little blueberries to add some color and tie it in with the theme. But as I go throughout the month with the gratitude tracker, I will add some more blueberries and leaves for each day. And I like how that ties in the whole month, that you have to wait until the end for it to be finished, and it really just ties everything together and feels like you've been working on it for the whole month. And now for the weekly spread, I'm going with a little bit more simple of a layout this time. I've been getting really wrapped up in all of the tasks that I have in that big chart that I usually have on the right of the page. So I have a little bit of a notes section, a calendar that shows me what week I am on in the month, and then little boxes for every day. And there's also a section labeled this week that has some planning space that I can put some tasks that don't necessarily need a certain day for me to accomplish them. I think I'm going to like having a little bit more simple of a spread because sometimes I just get too wrapped up in logging all that data. And here's the final flip through.